Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Kurejandi. In today's episode, we're going to continue building out our new emerging downtown area right here. We're going to be putting in some shops along this road, and we're going to run them all the way out here to this area here. So we're going to get to see what that really kind of looks like, and then we'll put some housing right over in this area right over here. So I see that we need some educated workers, but I noticed that one thing we don't have is any metro or public transportation in this area. So we're going to build us out a metro station, and we're going to put it in this area right over here. But once we do that, we will need to make an adjustment to our new metro system and break up these tracks right over here, reroute them, and bring them into the new station so that the new station will be completed and integrated into our system. Once finished, we will be heading over to our industrial area to zone in some new industrial buildings. As you can tell by our RCI chart, we are in desperate need of industrial buildings, and so that we can fulfill that demand, we'll be zoning in some new industrial buildings. And to wrap up the episode today, we'll be working on our university, which is about 1,638 students right now. It's only got a capacity of 1,650. It's got a attractiveness of about 205, and we don't have any academic works. We are getting rather close to the end of the academic year, and so I don't think that we're going to be able to get any academic works before the end of the year. However, we're going to need to buy this tile above the university in order for us to expand it. And finally, we're going to need to address our medical situation. We're going to have to build a few hospitals and some of our subdivisions because our health is really bad right now. So we'll need to address that in this episode. But first things first, let's pick us out a metro station. And I think I want to use this bus metro combination. I really like this asset. It's right here. And we're going to put it on this road right here. I generally would not put this on usually not put this on a busy road, but I'm going to in this case. We'll put it right here and then let the fun begin because we need to go pick our tracks out and reroute these tracks, and I'll be right back.
Past the point of no return, baby, on the summer night, the shine of love and the spark of laughter breathe. Stars align and the month times night burn like a ground I leave. Are we leaving on the next train, baby? I do believe. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now I ain't missed a 9 to 5, I don't hear it in my song. I'm gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong. A brand new start and a whole new part, they are big old shoes to fill. I'll be there on that platform, babe, you know I will. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now nothing is this rush of life, you'll never find its match. So you live to be a million years. All hearts are lost by default in the time of a single beat. We're leaving on the next train, babe, so take your seat.
And since we have a bus station with our metro station, let's run some bus lines and get the bus station connected to our community. So excellent. So now that we have that done, let's start zoning in some of this area. We have this for emerging downtowns, a new DLC that just came out a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to start with some commercial along this busy road here, and then right behind it, we're going to put some residential area right back here. And then I think we will also you know what? I'm going to do that. I think I want a park to go there. So let's take that out. So I'm going to put some more commercial along this busy road over here and see if we can get some pretty decent shops to come in and get us a nice little main street running down through here in front of the bus station. Now let's try to fit a little restaurant right here next to the bus station. That's not going to fit, so I think we'll have to do a small park, but we can do a restaurant right on the other side of the bus station so people have a place to come eat. So we're going to let that grow in, and while we do that, we're going to go check on our university. And you may have noticed while we were running our bus lines that our academic year did end and our university did level up to recognize. So that gives us access to new assets. But in order to grow our university, we're going to need to buy a new tile. I think this tile right here is the one I'm going to want. It's about $15,100. So I think we will buy that. So now that we have some space, we need to expand our road network. So let me do that off camera real quick and I'll be right back. So now that we have our road network laid out and in place, since we have leveled up to recognize, we do have access to the School of Education, a gymnasium, and a cafeteria. I'm going to put those assets in. Also, I'm going to add in a couple of dormitories to get our capacity to a little bit higher level. So let me do that, and then I will get right back. And the last thing I want to do in the university area is to add an outdoor study area. I missed this asset earlier, so I want to make sure we get it put in. We're going to put it right there, and that should really help our attractiveness. So let's go check to see how well our attractiveness is. And we are at 460, which is enough to get us to our next level, but we do have some profit in the school. So I want to go back and add about 5 staff that will help increase our chances of getting academic work in this academic year. Okay, so we went a little bit out of order, but let's jump back over to our industrial area and try to satisfy some of this industrial demand. As you can tell by our RCI chart, it is maxed out. So we want to put some more roads in here, and then we need to go back in here and zone this in, and then we can start to zone in some businesses, some industrial businesses right here. So let's jump over here and check our oil field and see how we're doing. Our oil field is currently at, looks like it is going to be at level 4. So we just increased, leveled up from the last time we looked at it. We were at level 3. So we do need to add some employees. We only have, we need about 145 more to get to the next level. Of course, we need a lot of more production. But I think what we can do is put down an oil waste refining plant. And we can put about 3 of these down, I believe. We put them right over here. Boom, boom, and boom. And I think that will get us up to a total of about, let's see, will give us a total of about 903 workers. So we should have plenty of workers to be able to get to the next level. So now let's check out the ore area to see how it is doing. Actually, it's at a level 4, but it needs about 265 workers to get to the next level. However, it's only about halfway to the next level. But let's see if we can find a way to put a couple of assets in here. Probably going to have to need to expand the area right here. And I think we can put a couple of fiberglass plants in here. But when I hear here, and I don't know about that. Let's take this and let's move this right over here. I want to block these roads. I blocked that one. So let's take that, put that there. And we'll take this road out here. And then we'll see if we can fit one more in here. It will not fit like that. So let's fit it along this road. And so that will get us to about 805 potential jobs. That's still a little bit light. The one thing we don't have are any barracks. And so let's take the, see if we can create some land here on this edge, push this edge out a little bit right here and see if we can fit a couple of barracks in here. I think that will help us get our potential jobs up significantly. So we put one right here and right there. And then what will that do for us? That will get us up to about 875 total jobs, which is enough to get us to the next level. And so the next thing we want to do is build a hospital or two. And the first one over here in Elizabeth Heights, over here by this fire station. And so what I like to do with these, I like to really kind of build complexes where I put a hospital, senior health care, children's care, a couple of parks, a couple of places to eat, kind of make it an entire medical complex over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this out. I'm not going to time lapse it. I'm going to let you enjoy the build. We just put a little music to it. And when we get to the end of this particular section, I'll be back. So the next place that I want to put a hospital is in Cooper District. Now, this is going to be a little bit different. This hospital is going to be a little bit smaller. We are going to locate it close to a subway station, which generally would not happen because of noise, and hospitals like to kind of be quiet areas. But nonetheless, we're going to do that, and we're going to put a couple parks out here, maybe a couple of eateries. But the one thing we're also going to do is we're going to rezone a bit of Cooper District to create a shopping center area so that the buildings that will come in, the commercial buildings that will come in will be shopping areas. We're going to poke a hole in Cooper Village right here. Yeah. And just kind of spread that out a little bit. And this way, when we put in the, there we go, when we put in the commercial buildings, they will come up as shopping centers. So we're going to denote this shopping centers, and then we'll paint these uh, with commercial, with small retail icons. So we'll put them right all in here. So this will be a nice little shopping area, as well as a little hospital area. Okay, so I know I said that we were going to build 2 hospitals, but we're actually going to build 3, and we're going to put the third one over here in Butler Heights. But with Butler Heights, we have to build out a little bit of a road infrastructure first before we get this all built in. So let's do that, and once we're finished with that, we'll go check out our university. So let's check out our university real quick, see how we're doing. Well, we've lost a few students. We're down to 1,200. We were at 1,600. So we'll have to work on some attractiveness to get that back up so that we can level up at the end of the academic school year. So let's go over and check out our new emerging downtown area. Things are looking really, really good over here. And I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. So remember, if you like our content, please subscribe. If you want to help us out really big with the algorithm, please hit the like button. And if you want to know when we have new content coming out, please hit the notification bell and you'll get notified every time that we put new content out. In the meantime, don't forget to put your comments in the comment section. Ask any questions or make any suggestions you like, and I'll try to incorporate them into the build. And also or leave an emoji just for the sake of engagement. So in the meantime, we will catch you next time. This is Ken with Ken Tays Plays.